Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors. Where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place, a tender warm embrace. Where I am now.
It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, Where I Am Now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton's Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in WGPL 1350 studio.
Life's not easy as it seems. Sometimes.
And if you want to hear us on the World Wide Web, all you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com, or you can go to 1400 AM, click and listen live, or 1350 AM. Guess what? You can hear us all over the world. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM and WPCE 1400 AM. Good morning to you.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Good morning, Mardell Lewis. She says, good morning, my two favorite friends. Blessings. We want to also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
And follow, and we'll shout you out later on in the show.
That sounds so wonderful to be shouted out.
Mr. E, the weekend is over. How was yours?
I had a wonderful weekend.
What was so wonderful about it?
I can't tell you.
Oh, Lord, that verse, it must have been really nice. You can't even share with us.
But it was a wonderful weekend.
That is marvelous. I had a great weekend, Mr. E. Got a chance to relax, and just have a nice time. Yesterday was easy going, but it was a blessed weekend. I love the weather. It rained a little bit and got a little bit cloudy, but also we had a lot of nice warm sunshine.
Right.
I was so excited about that. Today is another day, another warm day here in the Hampton Roads area, and we just thank God He has blessed us to see another day.
And that's how He does. He blesses us over and over and over again. If you know that the Lord blesses you over and over again, you ought to show some sign.
Yes. Yeah. So, Mr. E, today is Monday.
That's right, Mr.
And it's our Monday sports talk.
That's right. It's our morning sports talk.
Mr. E, I'm kind of missing sports in the way that we were, looking at sports every week. We did the NBA, NFL first, then we did the NBA and some sports in between. But it's I got this feeling that things are getting ready to rev up again. But I do miss those games that we have looked at and reported on. It was so exciting. But I just have a feeling there's excitement in the air because there's some things coming up soon with the NFL. In the meantime, there are other sports. And Mr. E, I'm just wondering, do you get into other sports in between?
Miss Hinton, I've been looking at hockey. I've been looking at golf tournaments. I've been looking at, tennis also.
Yes.
And I've been finding out that tennis is a great sport. Hockey is a great sport. And then I looked at the car races a little bit yesterday, and I saw Michael Jordan going to where his car was being raced.
Well, let's talk about Michael Jordan for a minute.
Okay.
Mr. E, we talk about the game, we talk about the players that are now players, NFL or NBA, but the players that are the legends,
Okay.
are making money like I don't know what. Let's take Michael Jordan for example. Michael Jordan is worth over almost $2.5 billion as being the spokesperson and the face of the shoe company. What is that? The
Nike.
Nike.
Yeah.
I'm talking about money. These people are really, these athletes have a chance to really, really go at it and get bigger and bigger financially.
Miss Hinton, and that's one of the greatest things in the world that, as I begin to look at Michael Jordan, I think about Michael Jordan, that he took his money and he made great endorsements and great investments.
Yes.
There's so many athletes out there that makes that big, long cheese, but don't invest it in the right way. When you started looking at athletes such as boxers and basketball players and football players who's not used to money, they have a tendency of spending it in the wrong fashion. So when I look at Michael Jordan, yeah, he had a habit, and the habit was he didn't have a habit, but he loved to gamble.
Yes.
And because he loved to gamble, he said, I had control over the gambling habit. Well, I think that since the media got a hold of his gambling habit, it changed him to get control of. But look what he did. He took that gambling habit that he had and he started, because he wasn't used to all that money. Look at that money he was making with the endorsements of the tennis shoes. And then he had his name on golf bags. And then he turned around and put his name on a race car. And I'm simply saying, what a great investment.
They're talking about so many athletes. And like I said, Michael Jordan is worth a whopping $2.2 million. Jordan earned only a fraction of his $2.2 billion while being a player.
Yeah.
He makes a lot more money through his deals now and with Nike and the Air Jordan brand, bringing him roughly to $30 million a year.
Wow, $30 million a year, and he still ain't bouncing that one basketball.
Not anymore. But this is the thing, making wise decisions, because we do know athletes that have had that chance to make that big money, and now they're gone down in the loaded bar. Let's take Mike Tyson, for instance, who's trying to, he's trying to get back there. He's trying to climb back up, but his money was just absolutely almost gone. You have people like Iverson, who's wasted money. Sweet Pea.
Yeah.
Now, Iverson has a chance during retirement to gain his money. His money is held up for a while. But, there are some that have gone out and they've made so much money, and then all of a sudden they don't have a ting.
One of our listeners says many have no financial planners or executives of affairs. Let's preserve the present generation wealth and wisdom to help preserve them. And that's great for one of our listening audience, but when you are an athlete and it's not used to money, you seem to go to the left with the money. Anyway. You take Dexter Manley, one of Washington's football players, Washington Redskins football player, who had money hand over feet. And he could not read. He did not pursue the education. See, this is what gets me so much. And some of these athletes, and they don't have the education. They done dropped out of school.
And they get with the wrong element, and they
that's right.
They waste their money on riotous living.
And a lot of people is not used to making money, and they
Yes.
don't know what to do with money.
Absolutely.
And nobody ever steps into their lives and say, look, let's take care of your wealth. Let's take care of your money. First of all, take your money and set on it, set on it, and set on it, and let the bank help you.
Well, don't just let the bank. You better invest it in some great things. I tell you who's making an impression on a whole lot of people, and that's Floyd Mayweather.
Oh,
Floyd Mayweather walks around with thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars in his briefcase. He is worth so much money, and he's investing in so many things. And so, when you take the time, just like our guest, not our guest, but our one of our listeners, viewers, talking about how, you have to have a financial plan, and you have to know what to do with money.
That's
you have
right.
to know how to grow money.
That's right.
And not only that, you cannot sit back and waste it on riotous living. You can't go and give the drug man all your money and think you're going to have money, because he's there to just absolutely make sure you don't keep your money. But some of the richest people, Floyd Mayweather, Serena Williams, and Venus.
Serena's
these
Venus,
athletes
they
are
got plenty
doing
money.
it.
They got plenty of money. Them girls, they grew up and daddy showed them how to make that do, re, mi, and that fa, sol, la. And Serena and Venus is making money hand over feet. And they're great investments.
Absolutely.
They got cosmetics lines. They got clothing lines. And so
they own teams
or
partially own.
Yeah.
But let's talk about a current athlete, Steph Curry. Oh my God. He could become the first player in the NBA history to sign a $200 million contract twice.
$200 million?
Yes, twice. I mean, his report is he's nearing the end of his current deal and has made it abundantly clear that he wants to spend his entire playing career with Golden State Warriors.
Well, when I begin to look at all these players, Miss Hinton, I begin to look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who's still a part of the franchise of the Lakers, who's Magic Johnson. Look at the investment. Magic Johnson, did you not know that Magic Johnson got a clothing line called the Falcons?
You got that and more. Woo! Now talk about somebody that's rich. Magic Johnson is just pure T rich. But I wanted to get back to our current, because we've seen Steph Curry and Golden Gate go all the way to the top. But not only are they going all the way to the top, this brother's going all the way to the top with the dollars and the cents.
That's right.
He has, like I said, his current deal and has made him abundantly clear that he wants to spend his entire playing career with Golden State. He's 33 years old, Mr. E, and he is currently in the form of his. He's in the prime of his life as he single-handedly keeps the Warriors in contention for the playoffs, cashing records every time he steps into the court. Steph could make history off it as well when he does pin his contract extension. So he's looking to make more and more and more and more money. They say he's going to end up being a billionaire as well, because his money is long and he's continuing to invest it. He's staying on the straight and narrow. You don't hear no whole bunch of scandals attached to him. And so, when you do that, when you take the time, and we talked about time on Friday, when you take the time to manage things, you know what I'm saying? It's not by accident, but when you begin to manage and steward well, you can't help but prosper.
You take LeBron James, he's 37 years old and out of Akron, Ohio. He's 6'9", and he was born in 1984. The age 37 years old, he's now worth, his net worth is $1 billion. $1 billion as of 2022, and I mean he's in the Forbes magazine top of the line player, and $1 billion, and he's only 37 years old.
Mr. E, when I think about the past, I think about athletes and they're able to really make good money. But the money that's being made now is unbelievable. We're talking about billionaires. We're talking about African American billionaires now. It's like it's easier now to become a billionaire than it was in the past. You didn't hear about a whole lot of billionaires African American billionaires. And so we are rising up in sports and in entertainment and business and everything. It's, the money is there, and the wealth is that transfer. That wealth is there and able to get in the pockets of many. All you have to do is have a good idea, or all you have to do is have skill. All you have to do is have talent. The Bible says your gift will make room for you.
That's right.
And you'll be able to come before many. And look at the offers that these people are making. Look at the endorsements, like you said, people are able to have. And the wealth begins to grow and grow. And the main thing is to make sure that they steward well, because as easy as you can get them, the easier you can lose.
That's right. You take Tiger Woods for example. He's a golfer, and he's playing all over. Then won so many green coats, and played with some of the best golfers you want to see. Tiger Woods played against Jack Nicklaus, and you name it, Arnold Palmer, and big wigs like that. And he's only 46 years old, and then had several operations. And he holds numerous of golf records. Woods widely regarded as one of the greatest golfers all time. He got golf bags after him. He got golf balls named after him. He has golf shoes named after him. He has hats named after him. And guess what? He's so private with what he's got. His network is not nowhere to be found.
Ooh, well, I'm glad he's on the straight and narrow, because I tell you, he had a scandal that was going to bring him down to nothing. Because once people cancel you and find out that you're not doing right, you may not have another chance. Unless God gives it to you. But, so far, his children are grown up, they're growing up, and they speak well of him, and they're very proud of him. And I think he has really looked at himself and say, wait a minute, you don't get this chance all the time.
That's right.
You're not going to get a chance all the time to have wealth or to have an opportunity. And so, when you get it, hold on to it, because it's so easily gone if you don't do right.
As I begin to think about Tiger Woods again, Miss Hinton, he's in the billionaire club.
I believe it, yes.
I mean, top of the line, billionaire club. And one thing we have talked about one time before, when people with money has a lot of time to waste. And sometimes the time that people have with money is wasted time unless they can control the money that $1 billion. Him and LeBron James are billionaires, and you mean to tell me African American men are making money just like that on investment,
and women. Gerald Perry says, teach the system of finances in our communities, in our churches. Teach beyond tithing and offering. And I really agree with that. I believe that when you see these ministries prospering into the millions, don't tell me that your folk can't pay their rent. That's investing in you. If you have the knowledge to become millionaires and billionaires as pastors and bishops and leaders, you should be teaching your people how to prosper as well. Don't tell me all these major ministries. You looking good now. You got the planes now. You got it all now. But you got folk in there that you haven't taught not one thing about growing money, getting money, investing money, and sorting money. And so it's up to the church, Gerald, I really believe it, to teach more than tithes and offers, because some people don't even understand tithes and what offerings are for. So some people don't even know, it's not being taught like it in some places. But I really believe that we can really do more in the church in educating people and helping them to understand how to steward their money.
Ms. Hinton, when I begin to look at football players, and I want to jump to the Dallas Cowboy Dak Prescott, who's the number one quarterback for the NFL. Because we're talking about the NFL as well as the NBA. Did you not know that Dak Prescott is worth $40 million?
Ooh, I tell you, that money is heavy.
And he's agreed on multiple reputable sources, such as celebrity net worth, $40 million. His salary is 34, 45 million.
I tell you, the money cometh, the
You know,
money's there. It's just a lot. It's just a lot.
And and when we started looking at that, what people are worth and how much money they're being made, that's what I think that a lot of people should go back into the communities, and instead of teaching how to be a ball player, teach them how to be, to be financial stewards over their money.
Yes.
There's a lot of people may not talk about it, but you can have money. You can have net money. You can have paper money on paper, but don't have that pulled down money. One of my biggest dreams, Miss Hinton, is to have not just millions of dollars on paper. That right now I got millions of dollars on paper, but can I go and pull those $1 million down and spend like I want to? No, I just only have it on paper. But I really want, as an SS, but I really want to have that kind of money that if I feel like pulling it down, I can do that.
All right. Annie Miles says, how about Kobe Bryant? Pull him up, Mr. E. Kobe Bryant was definitely a legend, and he was a steward, and he did go away from here, but he left a legacy, and also he had plenty of money,
and he's still making money.
And still making money.
Even in the graveyard, he's still making money. Right now, Kobe Bryant is worth $1 billion. He's a billionaire.
Yes.
Kobe Bryant is a billionaire, and he's even down there in the graveyard still making money on his jerseys. His family is going to be set for life. His family is going to be set for life, and guess what? And I don't, and she knows how to do that.
Absolutely. I'm trying to read some of these things from our listeners. It says, this is a major platform for educating our culture. Absolutely. And okay, it says, Andy Miles says, sorry to say they are not going to. Okay, Misty, go back to Annie Miles. Sorry to say they are not going to take the money out of their pockets. To the next comment, Mr. E, we have says, why did pastors have to throw his favorite team in this? I caught that too, Gerald. I caught that too. And look, and we in a minute, we are going to talk about the season, and we're going to talk about the calendar stuff. But I caught that too. Mr. E is always trying to sneak the Cowboys. But yeah, Mr. E, let's go from business to talking about the game.
That's right.
And we do have information. Mr. E gave me some information on the Cowboys and their calendar. But Mr. E, at this point, what's going on with the NFL? What is it? Training season? Are they still drafting? What exactly is happening?
Right now, they're in their training season. They're getting ready to promote football and put football back out there in the air, because the seasons are right around the corner. If you look at the Dallas Cowboys play their first preseason game in August, which is next month, August the 13th. So right now they're getting ready to put all their teams together. Wow. They have a 60-man squad. And pretty soon they're going to start cutting and slicing and cutting so they can have a 30-man squad to put out there to play football. When you're looking at how the teams are operating, all the teams that are out there, they want to know whether or not some of the cheeseheads, some of the quarterbacks are coming back, like with the Green Bay Packers and like with the Dallas Cowboys. Do we have the team? Is Washington have a firm foundation of where they're going to play at this year? The Commanders, FedEx don't want them there. So now they had to move down to somewhere in Maryland.
Okay.
To play, and then Ben Roethlisberger for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's not playing this year. And then when you kick off the playoff, when you kick off the preseason as of August the 13th, Dallas Cowboys will be playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now that's Tom Brady and the boys.
Yeah.
Tom said he couldn't let it go. He couldn't let it go. He's going to play another year, and he's still going to let it go. Well, with Aaron Rodgers, I'm talking about the quarterbacks.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers from the Green Bay Buccaneers, from the Green Bay Packers said, "Look, I'm going to play, but I really don't want to get out there because these are old heads and their bodies cannot take so much of that banging and banging up."
Okay.
Now, Mr. Gerald Perry said that. Why did I throw that in there? Well, Mr. Gerald Perry, I want to make sure that you know that my team is the Cowboys, and who is your team? So give your response. Give your response. And this is sports. This is sports talk. So let everybody know who's your team.
Yeah, who are you
will be
rooting
this
for this year? Are you excited about the season, Mr. E?
I am excited about the season coming up. And, Gerald Perry said, "Love you both. See you this weekend, Pastor E, in your city revival." Thank you so much, sir. And on that note, I want to let everybody know I'll be preaching this weekend on Friday, Miss Hinton, since he made mention of it.
Yes.
I'll be preaching this weekend at 10 a.m. at the Ambassadors for Christ Worship Center in the city of Norfolk, Virginia. That's on the Azalea Garden Road. Oh, the Lord has given me a word. So if you want to come out to see Mr. E or be out there to enjoy a great service, come on out to Ambassadors with Christ Worship Center in the city of Norfolk, Virginia. Mr. Gerald Perry said his team is the Charlotte Panthers, Carolina Panthers. Really? So we hoping.
Did you say real? Did you just throw some shade? You act like don't nobody know that team. Is that right?
His ass said, "Sit down, Mr. E." So this year I'm looking forward. I want to let everybody know that this year I'm not going to take it to heart this year.
Wow.
I'm just gonna do little to nothing and just let the game be played, because I had to look back over life, Miss Hinton, and see that I wasn't getting not $1 billion out of really going head over heels with the Cowboys,
Ooh, so you was going hard for them, but not getting a dime.
Not getting a dime, and I was going real hard. I was going real hard for the Cowboys. They're my team, though.
Wow, Bodell Lewis says all these millionaire black, why can't they go to some of these city open up their own malls and stores, restaurants, and hire us? They're not going to take it to the grave, and that is definitely the truth. Some of them have businesses, but still, a lot of them in the city still don't have black businesses. They to build apartments so we can have a nice place to stay and live. And this is the truth. This is the truth. They could invest more in black communities, and some of them are now. But let's go to, I'm going to go just hit entertainment just a minute. We're going to come back to a comment that's on our feed. But Pharrell Williams, who is big time.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He's trying.
In music. And so a music mogul, he is definitely looking out for the community on every side. And so we want to give props to him in the music industry and entertainment, who's looking out for the community. So Modell, there are some, and I believe there should be more that really, really make an effort to make sure we have what we need in our community.
When you talk about the Cowboys and what the African-American players are doing there was two Cowboys players that came down here to Virginia to open up the Military Circle Mall, along with Pharrell, to open up the Military Circle Mall to put condos. And Pharrell wants to do the same, wants to put condos out there, So, the Cowboys are really trying their best to put back into our community.
I love it. I think it's right. And I'm glad and I'm proud of those that are doing it. And so, Mr. E, we see the money is big out here. Oh my goodness.
Money.
It's so much money.
Yeah.
You all just take your hand and put it up in the air. And I bet you would catch a whole. I mean, it's just out here. I just can't help it. It's just money is just everywhere. And so, like I said, if you have talent, if you have a good idea, if you are investing, if you're living right, if you doing what you're supposed to do and stewarding right, you can become that same. It's not just given to just one or two. God gives us life in that more abundantly, and you can prosper as well. So look, it's been a wonderful, wonderful sports talk with you all. We're going to be back here on Wednesday. Mr. E, we're looking forward to your folk playing the Cowboys.
Don't forget to jump in there right quick, Miss Hinton. I'm sorry, but I want to jump in there right quick so you can let the holidays are coming around also. So let them know a little bit. You have 30 seconds. Let them know a little bit about the ladies' pie.
All right, the ladies' pies. Make sure if you need pies, if you need cookies, if you need cupcakes and things like that for your special event or your special occasion or your Sunday meal, Yolanda Hinton, just drop it there at Facebook or any other social media platform, or call 757-470-0224. Be blessed. We'll see you back here on Wednesday. Come on over to social media and let's keep this conversation going.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to nothing but the FYI radio show, the best show in the 757 and all the whole wide world. And for more information about FYI, give us a call at area code 757-714-7861. Again, that telephone number is 757-714-7861. Thank you so much for joining us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on WGPL 1350 WPCE 1400 Peace 95.3, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
No sorrow, no. I heard his love is there for me.
Yes, Mr. E, what a blessing it is. Sports talk on the day, talking about those that are playing well and prospering and stewarding. And, we know there are some catastrophes. We know there are some things that happen. But I'm saying there are a lot of athletes that stand out. They're doing good stewarding. They're supporting their community. They love their families. And they're spreading the wealth, honey, providing jobs and all kinds of opportunities for others. And so we're blessed by so many of them. We're also looking forward to the season of football. I can't wait because you know what, Mr.
Mama,
E?
let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Oh my Lord, he started.
They're starting to call. Get on the telephone and buy you a horse. I'm going to wear my cowboy boots this year.
Go ahead and do it. And
Mama, let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. E, representing the cowboy nation.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Growing up to be cowboys. I know Ann is a little bit upset by that, and there's a lot of folks that are real upset about that that song because they can't sing it no more. The Washington Reds cannot sing "Hail to the Redskins" because they're no longer the Redskins anymore. But the Cowboys can sing, "Mama, let your babies grow up to be cowboys." Miss Hinton, can you help me with that? I want you to say,
I just want you to say, I can't. I'm laughing too hard. Mr. E going to sing your song.
Mama, let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Y'all do it. Y'all make sure y'all do it out there. Those are the viewing us. Go on and do the hee-haw in between the verses. He said, "What is wrong with Pastor? We won't. What do you say? We won't nowhere near a cowboy. We would not talk about no cowboys. But we are excited because Mr. E tell us we're getting closer and closer to the season.
That's right. We're getting close to the season. The playoff season starts August the 13th. That's in about 60 more days or 25 more days.
Wow.
So it's counting down. It's less than that. August 13th is when the Dallas Cowboys play their first preseason game. And that will start all over the nations. Everybody is getting ready to start their pre-prayer. And this is what's going to make TV sports great again. If you look at it, when the basketball teams are gone, when the football teams are gone, you got everybody. You got golf, you got
You got
hockey, you
baseball.
got baseball, and you got, tennis, you got
Yes.
all the rest of the sport. You got field hockey, you got it all. Track and field,
Absolutely.
and you can be a part of all of that. But when the season is time for the football,
Yes. It's on.
everybody put on their favorite jerseys and put on their favorite hats and pick up their favorite slogans and they go for it.
Yes. I tell you what, we're looking forward to it. We want you all to join us with your team. We want you to root for your team. And this is what I was going to say a little bit earlier, Mr. E. I have a feeling that we're going to have more fans for the NFL, responding than the NBA. I this is my impression, and I'm not sure, Mr. E, but I have a feeling that people are not choosing teams necessarily for the NBA, but they have chosen their teams. They follow them. They root for them. They're ride or die for the
That's
NFL.
right. That's right. The NFL, it used to be the NFL and the AFL.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no more AFL. All of it's in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And now when you have branded those two teams and everybody looking for that contact, for that action, just looking for, a good old game. I want to make it my business, Miss Hinton, and I want to let everybody know that FYI might be sponsoring games to go out, teams to go out of town to see one of the greatest games in DC or close by, because I want to make it my business this year to spend some quality time right there and watching the Cowboys play.
Yes, we have to go to a professional game now. I gotta go now. Look, we're coming up
You
on
can't go
NFL.
in the press box.
I want to go in the skybox. I'm gonna say that real good. I want to go in the skybox. And look, if there's anybody out there that knows anybody that knows somebody that can get me in a skybox for the NFL season, I would appreciate it, honey.
But the real action, Miss Hinton, is to be hobnobbing in the crowd.
I don't mind that, but I love the skybox. I think the skybox is wonderful. There's a skybox at the on what's the name of the arena on Old Dominion University. They have skyboxes.
Yeah,
I got a chance to do that one. But I would love to go to a professional game and get in the skybox and just have a good time. Wouldn't you all like to do that? Let's pray that up, y'all. Let's speak that word in existence. We could take some of y'all, some of our friends, our fans, and go out there and get in the skybox, courtesy of someone that just loves to bless.
That's right.
So Mr. E, but Mr. E now, he has a different prayer because he want to be right down there with the team.
That's right.
Right down there in the midst.
I want to be in the midst of it. One of the greatest things, I was so close when I went to a professional football game, Dallas Cowboys, I could just touch the men out when they come out of the locker room. That's how close I was.
Amazing.
I can just reach my hand and touch the football field, or jump and and run across the field. But but I would that's how close I was to the
marvelous.
Game. And I'm saying to myself, when I got out there, since it's my first game, and I got out there, you talking about somebody just like a kid in the candy store, and that's what I really want to do. I want to also make a trip to the Dallas Cowboys field, the new one.
Yes.
I want to go out. I got friends out there, but I really would love to go out to the Dallas Cowboy football field and just enjoy a great, great game out there. Fly to Dallas, get on the field, walk around the stadium, and and see the press box, and enjoy that new stadium.
Let's see what we can do. Let's plan something. And also for the NBA, I got to get a chance to do a professional basketball game as well. So look, it's in the atmosphere and we want it to happen. In the meantime, Mr. E, we had a wonderful time, sports talk. We have some upcoming shows. Can you share with our friends who's coming to FYI Radio Show?
I want to let everybody know that coming up is Miss Deborah Harris will be our special guest, along with that great comedian, that actor himself, Mr. Lamont Fergie. Fergie will be with us. And I had an opportunity to act at one of the greatest stage
Absolutely.
play in the Lincoln Theater with Mr. Fergie. I mean, great
Yes.
actor, comedian, the whole nine yards. Miss Edwina Wilson would be our special
Yes.
guest. Michael Webb will be with us
Yes.
also, and Francine Harrison will be our special guest. So y'all might well get ready to hold your hat
Yes.
because we got some great shows coming your way.
We also have Miss Yvonne Frederick. She's going to be on with us as well. I thank God for her. She is a wonderful illustrator and in the arts and doing some things during the summertime and some summer fun. And so she'll be on too as our guest. We just excited about those that are coming on. And not only that, Mr. E and I will be covering some topics.
That's
you know,
right.
when we don't
That's
have a
right.
guest, we will be covering topics on what's under the hat or what's in the closet or, sports talk. And so, you all just sit back and enjoy. We are so glad that you tune in. So glad for your support. And so glad that you all are interested in what we do. Now, anytime you have a suggestion, want to hear some particular topic, or you have somebody that you think should be on our show, please drop that T so we can, make sure we have a wonderful, wonderful schedule of things that you want to see or you want to hear. We also want to do some on location spots.
That's right. That's
We
right.
haven't done it yet, Miss Lee. We need
That's
to
right.
do
We're
that.
going to do it this year.
Well, I did. I was in Washington State.
That's right. That's
something
right.
in the border, summer fun.
That's right.
Yes.
And so we'll be on location. We want to be on locations for where you might want us to be. And don't forget that we do host events.
Yes.
I want to let you know, you talk about two of the greatest hostess and hosts. You got two of the best right here, Miss Yolanda, Lady Hinton, and Mr. E. We are your greatest hosts that you ever hostesses that you ever want to be out there. I mean, we got laughter, we got serious matters, and we'll keep you in the loop.
Absolutely. Just make sure you can go to Gig Salad, or you can go to and Gig Salad, GIG Salad, SALAD. You can go to the Lady and Mr. E, and you can request your hosting event or your special occasion that you want us to be a part of. You can go in and we'll send you a nice invoice and everything. And also, if you want to make sure you get the number, we're going to give you the number, but the email address, FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. If you want to request us to host your special event, special occasion, is FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. Also, go to cristorecords.com, CRISTO records with an S.com, and you can on our contact page you can request information about us coming to your special event or your special occasion. I don't know when Mr. E will do it.
Miss Hinton, I had taken my laptop home, and when I took my laptop home, I had what did I do? I was doing some things with my laptop. Yes. And so now I charged it up. I call myself charging it up. And so now since I charged it up, like my battery went down, and that's why I had to jump out.
I understand. The battery's gone, all right. Anyway, so look, you all make sure.
I'm back though.
Yeah, different way. Anyway, you all make sure you have our information, our email. And look, we need your email address.
That's right. That's
Please, if you can, just drop it in our inbox if you can, or right there. We need to collect information so we can tell you all about any trip, or we can tell you about the schedule for FY Radio Show. Please, please, and please, we need your information. I also want to tell our friends that have been special guests with FYI Radio Show. If you would, we need your email address. That's everybody, every soul that has ever been a guest on FYI Radio Show. We need your email address. We need to keep up with you. We want you to keep up with when we do our giveaways. special guest or any kind of presentation that we're doing, or if we're going to be somewhere, because Mr. E and I are going to be at different places, and we would love to have you all to come out to say hello to us and to meet you as well. So please, we need your email information. Please drop it so we can have that in our archive.
And that's what's happening with technology. So we need you to let us know so we can be a blessing to you, and you can know exactly where Miss Hinton and I will be.
Absolutely. Now listen, don't forget the ladies' book. The book is in Spanish and in English. Bullying is right underneath your nose. Please support a sister.
That's right. That's
the sister's going to support you. But please go to Amazon or go to Apple Books. Go online and Google Bullying is Right Underneath Your Nose 2022. And get that. If you want a hard copy, just inbox me. I can get that to you. And we're also going to be vending in certain places. You'll be able to come and meet and greet as well. Also, October the 15th is our launch. Anti-bullying launch, a book launch, and so excited about that. I'm going to tell you about that as we continue to move toward it. Your youth, get your youth ready, your kids ready, your youngins ready, and great grand ready, your nieces, your nephews, whoever. We need the youth to come out and talk about bullying. We're going to have some great activities. We're going to have a little lunch. It's just going to be a fun time for our youth, and we're going to try to really explain why it's important for us to keep a handle on our children and watch them because of this ugly animal called bullying. And so
don't forget to let our listening audience know, Miss Hinton, that they can also get an autograph copy of Bullying Right Underneath Your Nose.
Absolutely, the hard copy, yes, that I mentioned. You all can just let me know and go online if you like to Crystal Records and go to our contact page and say that you would love an invoice for the book. And don't forget, online, you can go to Amazon, you can go to Kindle, you can go to all these great book platforms and get the book. There's some other things coming, but I'll explain that to you all as well. So, Mr. E, if you have anything else to add, Mr. E, don't forget Mr. E. Mr. E can speak, motivate, and talk to you all about the word and about life. Make sure you all keep him in mind when it comes to speaking and things that you'll have and that you need someone to really get people up and popping.
Thank you so much, Miss Hinton. And don't forget the audio pod. Don't forget the audio books. Don't forget, if you need someone to host your show, Miss Hinton and I are available. Don't forget that bullying is right underneath your nose. If you want an autographed copy, all you have to do is give her a call at
757-470-0224.
That's 470-0224.
You are blessed. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back here on Wednesday. Don't forget at 9:30. Enjoy this beautiful day and think about somebody else. Put up a prayer and let's get some of these problems in this world resolved by you being connected to the Master. God bless you. See you on Wednesday.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Host. If you'd like to be a special guest or if you want to support us, promote your business on our FYI radio show, pick up the telephone and give us a call at area code 757-714-7861 or inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook, or FYI Facebook page, or either go to the email FYI Live Radio Show at gmail.com. Or give us a call at 757-714-7861. Don't forget, it's Monday. Have a beautiful Monday.
God bless you.
2 up, 2 down.